to demonstrate how to take 2 singles of spun yarn and turn them into a 2-ply yarn by plying them together. So plying is essentially just taking the 2 strands and twisting them together in the opposite direction than you had just spun each of those. So each of these spools were spun to the right, and then now I'm going to put the 2 together. I'm going to just tie them on, I'll show you how this works, to what's called a leader on a spool, and I am going to turn the wheel in the opposite direction that I spun those. So in this case, it's going to go to the left, and they are gently going to twist around each other. I'm going to hold even tension, and we're going to end up with a 2-ply yarn. So for plying, we're going to use these 2 spools, and I've chosen 2 different colors so you can see these 2 strands as they ply together. So you'll need something to put those 2 spools on, the 2 spools that you're going to be plying together. A handy device is called a lazy Kate. That is any kind of structure where you can fit the 2 spools on, and then they will feed. You've got your 2 ends, and they're going to both feed right off of that. So I'm going to take the 2 ends from each of the spools, and I'm going to take what's called a leader. This is a strand of yarn that is on my spool. You can tie on something. I tend to just use yarn that's on the spool. All right, and it should be ready to go to the left, so it's not going to do something crazy and unwind on you. So I just take these 3. Just keep in mind, there's as many ways to do this probably as there are spinners. But I go ahead and I just take all 3 and I do a really simple knot. Again, my wheel is designed to be able to handle some girth going through here. So you might want to use a method that's not going to give you such a big knot if you don't have a wheel that can handle it. Okay, so I'm going to get the wheel going to the left. So I'm ready to ply. And these 2 strands are going to come together. And all I'm doing is I'm feeding these strands through my fingers here and onto the wheel. And I'm making actually quite a thick yarn here, 2 different colors, so you'll be able to see it. And we can get up close and take a look at how this is going. And there's your 2-ply yarn. You can see those 2 strands. They're rotated, nestled around each other, and they're nice and even. They'll hang there, all ready to go for a project.